All right. Okay. We have quite the lineup today already. Okay. What is it today? 1 p.m. Eastern, July 24th. Every week I call out the month and the date and the week and it's half the month, half the year is done. It's July 24th. Before we know it, it'll be August. Then it'll be like Happy New Year. Anyway, we got a lot of people here. Jensen in the house, Harry in the house. Mike, Rafael, Tyrone, Danny is in the house, and Danny's AI avatar, Fathom, note taker, whoever is in the house. All right, awesome. Alain Weisman in the house. Good to see you guys. People are joining in. Okay, today's going to be a good day. I say this in every week coaching call. I've been doing this coaching calls from 2019, and every week I'm like, today's a good day, right? Today's a good day. So it's going to be awesome. So why don't we do this, guys? I opened today's coaching call to everybody, even in my free Facebook group, because we're going to go into something that I think is a skill that we all need. Just talking to Jensen, he does Jensen, for those of you who don't know, he's a go high level expert and trainer in our mastermind. I was talking to him just a few minutes ago. One skill we all need is what's the one skill we all need? Sales. So anyway, we got a lot of people in the house. We got Sharice in the house, Yvonne in the house, Jeff, Harold, Jeremy. I don't know if I left out anybody. Apologies if I did, but it's gonna be an awesome house. Why don't we do this, guys? Quickly before I jump into today's, I'll give a quick background of what I'm going to be covering today, and then we'll go quickly into a 2, 3, 4, 5 minute wins for the week. But basically, here's the background, guys. Right? Some of you may know me, some of you may not know me, it doesn't matter. I've been in SEO, search engine optimization, from 2014, so almost 11 years now. I've been teaching this from 2018 or 19, 7 or 8 years, something like that. For the longest time, I used to take pride in saying I'm not a salesperson, I'm a rank and rent guy, which is still true. I still do rank and rent, and we call it growth partner, however you want to do it, right? But over time, thanks to our good friend Google and all the algorithm changes and the mood swings Google has now, Google is slowly becoming like a ex I don't want to say ex-girlfriend or ex-wife, but Google has its mood swings. How many of you know Ryan Stewart? Anybody? Give me a one in the chat if you know Ryan, one of those SEO gurus out there. Or how many of you know Matt Diggity? Okay, a couple of people are saying one, one, one. Okay, awesome, thank you.
Very well.
Awesome, right? Yep. Ryan Stewart made a post today. I don't know if you guys saw that. Is with a heavy heart, he's leaving SEO and moving to ads. He's not selling SEO anymore, moving to ads. Matt Diggity, a month or two ago, announced that he's branching into ads also right now, right? I'm still in SEO. I don't do any ads, to be honest. Maybe one client, that's about it. But here is what I'm seeing, guys. I've been in marketing. I know there's guys like Jeff and other guys who are in marketing, right? I was growing up in the 80s and 90s. People were selling yellow pages to local businesses, right? Then they were selling billboards, like the billboards you drive on the freeway, TV ads, you name it, right? I truly still believe that if you can sell to local businesses, the fastest and easiest way to be your own boss, build your business, in marketing. But the vehicle, right, the platform, how you want to call it, that keeps changing, especially now with AI. AI is coming at us like, oh my God, it's crazy. You know how it is, right? So the one skill that I always say, the one skill if you have is the skill of lead generation. Okay. Over the period of so many years teaching this, coaching, dealing with so many people, here is what I realized, right? Some of you have been on previous calls and all that. I would even do cold calls. Let me take a step back. So I was doing rank and rent 2 years ago. I got a lot of my GMBs got hit because of the Google algorithm change. GME verification was not easy. It moved to video verification. So I had to pivot a bit and go into SEO clients. And that's when I realized, hey, I need to get into understanding and if possible, mastering sales, right? Up until that point, I was like, sales is a snake oil salesman. I don't want to be a snake oil salesman manipulating people. You know how that is. Brian Tracy, I don't know how many of you know Brian Tracy, or maybe Zig Ziglar, I don't know. One of them said, poor salesmen have skinny kids. So if you are not good at sales, right? End of the day, you could be doing any business. End of the day, you're exchanging value to somebody and providing value, and somebody's going to pay you. Okay. So long story short, what I have seen is, right, people will learn to land one or two clients. Actually, a lot of people have not learned to land a client. I was like that for some time. Then I started figuring out how to land clients. Then I also came to the point, even in my mastermind, we literally even sometimes give away potential clients who literally said, yeah, pick me. I'm interested in SEO. I would give that away to a potential member in the mastermind, but they were not able to close the client. And so working with a lot of members and, with my own experience, what I realized was, number one, sales is not like a cookie cutter approach, right? SEO, if I tell you put your main keyword on the title tag, whether Jeff puts the keyword or Yvonne puts the keyword or Sharice puts the keyword, you're going to see results. But sales, the same dentist potential client I give to Jeff versus, Sharice versus Brian, they may see different results because people, your different situations, personality, the process of, sales is a art and science. It's not just science. So over time, I realized there's lead generation. We all need to learn that. Lead nurturing, very, very so important is what I realized. And then obviously like a sales call, getting them on a sales, closing them, adding value. So today, last few days, actually, maybe a week and a half, I've been putting a few things together. And I've come up with kind of a structure, if you will. I want to go in depth into sales, client getting, because that is one skill. It can be SEO today. It could be like Ryan Stewart said, I'm moving to Facebook ads. It could be Jensen here has a Go high level agency. Or you could start an agency tomorrow and sell how to rank inside ChatGPT or how to get, it doesn't matter. If you can talk to business owners, provide value, and get them an ROI, you can sell. So that's what we're going to cover today. But why don't we do this, guys? Before I bore you all, guys, we got a lot of people here. Let's take a quick 2, 3, 4 minute. And anybody want to share any wins for the week? It could be any win. Anybody? Anybody want to share any wins? Come on.
I got a win.
Yep, go ahead.
So I'm doing a cold email campaign, and I got a reply this morning for someone wanting a video audit. So that was exciting.
Am I frozen? Am I not frozen? Am I here? Can you guys see me? Okay, okay, you can hear me? Okay, awesome.
For a minute there. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. That is good. Jensen just said that. So last week or a week ago, Jensen's in the mastermind. I had a one-on-one with him. Tell me if I'm wrong, Jensen. He basically said, I'm having an issue getting clients. I've been doing a bit of cold emailing. I jumped on a call with him, gave him a few ideas. I'm not saying I'm the best when it comes to cold email or lead generation. I try, right? I gave him a subtle thing. Was something, did you try something I said and you got the lead, or was it like, no, Saravanan, it's not you? What is it?
Yeah, no, we went through my cold email copy and you had me tweak a few things. So I'm not sure if it's exactly the one that we tweaked, but I think, you were, I was just starting and you said, just keep going with it, keep feeding the campaign with more leads. And so that, gave me the
awesome. I love it. Yes. So we're going to be covering all of that today. Anybody else quick wins for the week?
I just want to run something past you. I have I think I told you I had a lead for a construction company, supposedly a $50 million construction company. I sent them a website proposal. They told me what they wanted. I quoted them 5,500, which I thought was very fair for the scope they wanted. And I just called back to check, and they said, well, they thought it was kind of pricey. And I probed a little bit, and I said, well, what do you think? What were they expecting? And they said like $2,000. And I felt like that's seriously undervaluing for a $50 million construction, but they don't do they mainly work with municipalities and governments. They do like bridges. And so what do you think I should do?
Yeah, we'll cover that. We'll cover all that. Quick, what I would think is reach out to them and say, okay, if I were to work with you at 2000 and show you results, would you be open to, visiting our price structure in the future?
Right.
Start somewhere.
I feel like I'm stuck with the gatekeeper. I can't get through to the actual vice president who's making the decisions. So
we'll cover that in detail later on, but we'll cover that a bit over here also. But at least you are going through that. It's also a numbers game. We'll go through all that. But that's a win. Don't think that's not a win. That's a win. Awesome. No, good. Thank you.
For me, it was a win to reach back out when I'm like feeling kind of demoralized at the moment.
Don't be demoralized. I was just reading. I read a lot of books, but one of the books I was reading is, this literally today morning, it said, you may think the path to your goal is this, and why is God sending me this way? Trust me, God knows if you go here, you're going to stumble somewhere, so He's taking you out. So maybe it's building your character, maybe it's, learning something. Maybe this client is not supposed to be, if they are $50 million client, and
I
they
just
are
can't believe that they're
twice for
buying
5,000, maybe they are not 50 million, or maybe, who knows, right?
Right.
You don't know, we can't see everything. So keep doing the work, but that's good. Anybody else quickly, guys, wins for the week? Anybody quick? Could be any win. I know Jeff usually picks up clients every week. Jeff, this week, did you pick up any client or were you slacking?
No, it looks like it. A guy just said, I got to send you an NDA. So I don't know. I'm so sick of these clients. I tell you this every time.
So Jeff is in the other end of spectrum. Jeff gets clients like we go buy groceries, right?
No, it's not true. It's not, because I'm not. But I'm not looking for clients. I'm really trying to go more into AI automation. So I picked this up on Upwork, actually.
AI automation clients, right? I mean, who are you going to do AI automation for? Right?
Yeah, but
that's what I'm saying.
It's also gone into like email automation. It's AI. There's AI, there's automation, and then there's AI automation, right? So awesome. I mean, so it could be all three. So I got this on Upwork, but it seems like it could be a good one. We'll see.
Awesome. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter what you're selling. AI automation, go high level, SEO, Facebook ads. You're selling, I don't know. Somebody somewhere said there's a service where you can literally go and cuddle people and they pay you for that. So you could go become a professional cuddler. This day and age, you know how it is, right? But you should know sales.
I'm really trying to do, I really want to follow, going back to arbitrage. So I have a water damage client that'll pay $800 a phone call, which is, it's a decent amount of money. So I'm really trying to generate calls for that. That's a world I want to be in. I want to be in the arbitrage world a lot more. So I'm focusing on that.
Okay, no problem. That's good to know. Well, thank you. All right, if anybody else has any other wins for the week, put it in the chat. I'm not in the chat. Yeah, Tammy, go ahead. Yes, quick.
Okay, real quick. I found a restaurant yesterday that has like the best gumbo in town. The guy is new. Marketing just really isn't there. But he's in an establishment to where he can only set up only on Wednesdays. A lot of time he sells out food, but I took a look at his marketing, and even my 8-year-old looked over my shoulder and she was like, nobody knows what that is. Like, and what she's saying is when it comes to editing, on Reels, you have to put like what you're doing or what you're offering. And she was like, it doesn't say anything. So I'm gonna put together some kind of proposal, sit down with him. He said somebody in SEO is on it, but he also has the name like LLC in his name. It doesn't even say gumbo. And I don't know. It's a lot of work that can be done. I just don't want to be, too pushy about it. But he really has a great thing going. I mean, a seriously good thing. He's the cheapest in town. And he likes to kind of say that, but I don't think you should mention that you're the cheapest, because sometimes it sounds like it devalues.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, price competitive without compromising on quality. So that's how you want to phrase it. But that's a good point, right? you and I, we have to go down to the level, whatever level the business owner is, and then slowly bring him back up to see why he needs marketing. So we're going to cover all of that today in
Okay.
this 45 minutes. Okay.
Okay.
So before I start, right, put it in the chat. What business are you in? Just put it in the chat. What kind of business are you in? Anybody? Just whatever you guys are in. I know Vic is in mortgage. Like put it in the chat, guys. Okay. I want to see what you guys are, so where you are. Okay. Put it in the chat. Anybody? Nobody? Marketing, Brian says. Brian's a smart one. Vic is in reviews. Okay. SEO, Tariq says. Okay. All right. So AI automation, Jeff says, great. Okay. Making business more visible, go high level marketing, great. Up until a few months ago, maybe a year and a half ago, I would say rank and rent or SEO. Like I was mentioning before, my rank and rent income and GMBs got a hit about 2 years ago, April, May, when everything moved to video verification. I lost some GMBs also. And so I was SEO and all that. Am I frozen? Am I here? What's happening, guys?
Oh my God.
Can you guys hear me okay? Am I still frozen?
You're cutting out.
Yeah, you're cutting.
Okay. Am I back now? All right. I'm not sure
Yeah,
why. Kids are at home. Too many. Okay, I'm back now. Okay, yeah. Kids are at home. The TV is on. The iPad is on. The iPhone is on. Everyone's in data. Nobody knows to go play. Like I grew up playing. So everyone's on, you know how it is, right? So all I'm saying is I had to jump and dive into sales to go get clients. And slowly I had to go and get SEO clients, learn how to do that. I didn't want a lot of clients and get, clients can sometimes be a pain, like Jeff was saying. And so I had to have some kind of a middle ground between rank and rent and SEO clients. So I came up with this growth partner model where I would go to a business owner and say, getting a GMB was becoming difficult. So I would find businesses who had the GMB, maybe did not have a website, or who had a GMB and a website, but they had no idea how to grow it, right? And I would get them on a hybrid. You pay me per month, $1,000 a month, plus a percentage of everything I'm sending you through your own GMB and website, because right now that's not helping you and bringing clients anyway. So here is why I asked you what business you are in, and Tariq says cracking. What is that business? Okay, the video is cracking. Sorry. Okay, right. But here is what I understand. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Come on, am I sharing my screen or am I not? There we go. We move a few things, right? Every business, literally, if you understand, there are really two businesses. We are all in two businesses. The main service you're offering, right? Jensen's main service is Go High Level Automation. Somebody else said SEO. Somebody else said marketing. Somebody else said AI automation. But the real business, especially if you are a founder of your own company, if you are an entrepreneur, it is selling, right? So I am talking to you a little bit. So some of the slides are from my my mastermind, so don't mind the words and all that. But I want you to understand that whether you like it or not, there's a little bit of selling involved. There's quite a bit of selling involved if you want to make that whatever you want to, your first client, maybe your $10,000 a month, which is like the holy grail, or more, whatever you want to, right? For a long time, my idea, perspective, concept of selling was, man, I had to, it was distorted. It was not the best. Okay. I had to redefine sales and make it suit my personality. So over time, I don't want to say I figured out, I don't want to say perfected, but I figured out my own, what works for me, for my personality, which is more of coming into a business owner with adding value without being looked upon like another marketer or a sales guy. Especially in the SEO, online digital marketing industry, every local business, they are hit upon by phone calls and emails a dozen times a day. Marketers hitting business owners from the US, from Malaysia, from China, from Philippines, from India, you name it, right? They sell leads. They say, give me your money, I will sell you leads. Give me your money, I will rank you, your Google business. Then all this kind of manipulating marketing strategies where they call you and say your Google business profile is not working, and the poor business owner really thinks his Google profile is not there, and he really thinks it's Google calling him. And you know how you know that, right? So what I realized is I had to redefine sales, and I started working on that. And then inside the mastermind, we have a better system. But I also realized that those who stick around and scale to at least 10,000 a month, what did they have in common? Because to be honest, from all the people I've been working with in all of my groups and all that, maybe 2 out of 10, 1 out of 10 would hit the 10K a month, right? Most people, you'd be surprised, they would try 1, 2, 3 times, and then they would say it doesn't work. If at all they land a client, they would stop at that, right? The very few people were able to scale to 10K. And I'm saying 10K because that's a good enough number for almost all of us here to make it your primary source of income, leave your job, whatever it is. So one of the things is getting some small wins right away. Okay. And I'm going to be talking about all that. Okay. Because right here, there are people like Jeff, who's got multiple businesses. And there's somebody here, I don't know, right, who's brand new to SEO, who doesn't have a client, all of that stuff. So I'm going to see how I can cover the whole spectrum, if you will. Okay. My goal, obviously, in the next half an hour, 40 minutes, it may or may not happen, right? It's not going to happen in half an hour. But eventually, we want to go from bad to badass, right? Learning this skill of sales, yeah, 30 minutes of your time, you will learn what I'm going to show you and share with you from my experience. But over time, you got to implement it. The devil is in the details. I always mention that. You got to go through the process like Yvonne just mentioned, the ups and downs, right? Initial euphoria, excitement, then the doubt and fear phase, right? That's the journey of a marketer. Initial excitement, like Jensen is a great example, right? I started working with him a couple of months ago. Initial excitement, we had a one-on-one call. Remember, Jensen, I think the very next day after a one-on-one, you came and said you spoke to a buddy of yours in basketball, and he was all excited to become a client. Remember that?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yep.
it was on fire.
Initial excitement, he took action. Then after a week or two, he didn't see the money come into a bank account, and he's like doubt and fear, is this going to work or not? And then he started slowly thinking, okay, it's not going to be an easy game. You got to put some work into it. And now he's slowly seeing traction, right? He's been posting inside our mastermind also that he made a $500 here, he got $1,000 there. It's crazy, right? So I'm going to be showing a couple of things. I cannot cover everything today, obviously. We're going to talk a little bit about lead generation. We're going to talk a little bit about lead nurturing process that is so important, right? Lead nurturing is not just, when you say follow-ups, right? People always say the fortune is in the follow-up. Follow-up doesn't mean you just reply, email or call everybody and say, hey, are you ready to buy? Are you there? Did you see it? Did you get a chance to see? That's not follow-up. It's all kind of relationship building using all kinds of platforms. Maybe a text message, maybe a video case study showing past testimony. Maybe Yvonne said the other day she took somebody for lunch. Life of an entrepreneur is not going to be easy, but the harder you are, okay, if you make life hard for you, it'll be easy for you. If you want an easy life, maybe go get a job at McDonald's. Okay, I don't want to come and say everything is rah-rah awesome over here. No, you're going to have to work hard. 10 years ago, talking to a business owner about SEO, honest to God, I think was a lot easier than talking to a business owner about SEO right now. Why? Number one, Google's got its mood swings. It's just people are searching in ChatGPT and things like that. Number two, everybody from my neighbor to my mother-in-law is now into some form of digital marketing. My nephew is 21 years old. He's landing SEO clients for $200 a month. I cannot feed my family at $200 a month clients. Does that make sense? So it's going to take some work. But the good news is most people, even the so-called gurus, are jumping ship because SEO is getting harder, right? They're going into Facebook ads. You think SEO is hard? Wait till you see Facebook ads. Okay, if anyone's run ads. Okay, everything is going to be hard. Nothing's going to be easy. But if you go through the process, especially learn the sales and have a pipeline, I'm going to show you what we do. Okay, be hard on yourself 4-5 hours a day. Life will be easy. 𝐒𝐚𝐫𝐚𝐳, some of you may know 𝐒𝐚𝐫𝐚𝐳, right? He says if you're not making at least 3 million a year, make sure you're spending at least 4 hours a day on marketing. Could be any kind of marketing, cold calling, cold emailing, Facebook ads, YouTube videos, you decide. Okay, so as an entrepreneur marketer, you and I, we have to be creative this day and age. The beautiful thing about being creative this day and age is we have access to AI. You'll be surprised. Forget ChatGPT. We all use ChatGPT, right? Now I'm at a point where I use ChatGPT for something. I use Grok for something else. I use a couple of other, Manus and GenSpark for something else. You know what it is? That's how it is. So over time, like the other day, I literally said, I was typing out the ChatGPT. It said something back to me, and I said, exactly, you got it. You're thinking like me. And it replied, I know you. You're almost like my clone. I'm like, I talk more to ChatGPT than my wife, but you get the idea. Okay. This is just a couple of screenshots. People who follow this sales process, landing clients and all that. Okay. How many of you here, give me a 1 if you are less than 10,000 a month through SEO or Go High Level or whatever your services you're offering. Give me a 1 if you are less than 10,000. Give me a 2 if you are greater than 10,000. Okay, thank you. Most people are less than 10,000. Great. Okay, awesome, right? If you are less than 10,000, like Yvonne was saying, $50 million client, yeah, if you get that potential client, work with them, great. But at least till you get to 10,000, at least till you get to your first $3,000-4,000 a month, go work with smaller one-man contractors, solo businesses, things like that. Till you get some experience, some clients under your belt, right? Go for less than $200,000 a year revenue clients. Oh my God, smaller clients are pain in the ass? Yes, but here's the thing. SEO is the only industry where the client pays you first and then you start work. So to be honest, you are learning on the job and you're getting paid to learn on the job. Okay. Then when you get to 10K a month, I was at 15K a month when I left my job, General Motors. Okay. It's a lifestyle business. You can travel the world. I don't want to go into all that. Okay. Here is what I want to go. Selecting your niche is crucial. I know Jeff said he wants to go after the water damage, $800 a month. I also know Jeff has been trying to get that website to generate leads for a few months now, almost a year to 6 months to a year now. But Jeff's got other clients as well. But if you're not at even 10,000 a month, hey man, all you want to know is go and get some $1,000 a month payments. Okay? Go after businesses which can afford to pay you some money, at least 800 to 1,000 to start. You do such a bad job of the fulfillment and you only send them one client and they break even on what they're paying you. What do I mean by that? Simple example, appliance repair. If you get an appliance repair client, or I was talking to my barber the other day. She's a sweet old lady, middle to late 60s. I pay her $25 plus tips for my haircut. Been going to her for years now. I cannot go and charge her $2,000 a month for SEO. I have to send her 100 clients for her to break even. There are no, I don't think she gets 100 clients a month, and if she gets it, she can fulfill. You get the idea, right? Barber salon, appliance repair. One appliance repair customer you send to an appliance repair company, maybe they will spend $200. The customer is worth $200, right? But if you find a concrete contractor and send him one customer, he makes $3,000, $4,000 from one customer. He's happy to pay you $1,000, $1,500, even a flat fee $1,000. This morning, I was on a call with a guy. He lives in Australia. I do SEO, white label SEO for him. He lives in Australia. He does ads. I do SEO. And his clients are in the US. He actually, I known him for some time. He's in my group. He got into the tree removal niche because I'm in the tree removal niche. Nice guy. And he's killing it in the tree removal niche. I do white label SEO. He literally says his clients in tree service are not even big cities, smaller cities, but he tracks the ads and the SEO, the calls he's getting, the leads. He diligently tracks it through Go High Level. And he showed me a spreadsheet where over the last 6 or 7 months now, one of his clients has paid him $9,000 to date for SEO. Okay, so you do the math, right? $9,000 is what his clients paid him, maybe 6 months, $1,500 a month, right? He pays me 1,000, he keeps 500. That client actually came to him and said, hey man, I've been paying $1,500 a month. I don't know if you should pause it. Because he's tracking it in Go High Level, he whipped up the numbers and he said, listen, you made $91,000 this year thanks to the $9,000 of investment in SEO. That's a 10x investment. By the way, 91,000 is also 40% of your revenue. In your own words, are you going to cut the golden goose, right? Oh, and the client's like, oh my God, really? Okay, maybe I'll cut somewhere else. Does that make sense? So you want to make sure that the niche you go after is good. I don't want to go into these details, but there's so much to cover when it comes to sales, right? The niche you go after, right? Some of the high paying industries, I don't have to go through all this, right? I'm not going to go through all this, right? But maybe I want to go through one slide, right? Industries to avoid. Can you do SEO for restaurant? Maybe. When was the last time you searched taco near me? Right? Maybe not. I don't know. Right? So you want to figure out some, like I said, a $50 haircut to justify $1,000 a month? Maybe, maybe not. Actually, one of my first SEO clients was a hair salon. So you can make money. I'm not saying no, but you get the idea. Okay? So there's the whole market research and niche you want to get into. But once you do that, okay, you want to go and make sure you want to go into lead generation. Our 80% of our leads, clients come from cold email. Okay, remember I said if you're 0 to a 10K a month, partner or go after small contractors, cold emails. Okay, we have so many scripts. I don't want to go into detail, but here is one thing I leave you with. Okay, when it comes to cold email, start hyper local. Yes, you can send out cold emails thanks to like email scrapers, lead scrapers, all of that, and email instantly and all that. You can blast out an email. Yes, do that. But you'd be surprised just in your 30,000, 40,000, 80,000 population city that you live in, you reach out to businesses. It doesn't matter what niche they are. And you just say something like, here is what you say. Hey, I am a local business owner in West Bloomfield, Michigan, right? Something along those lines. Here is what I said. I'm a West Bloomfield resident and business owner. I've teamed up with a few local businesses like restaurants, stores, contractors to share a strategy that brings customers from Google. Can I send you more info? This one script has gotten me, this guy looks like he's a lawyer, like has gotten me leads. Papa Romoas is a $7 million pizza chain in Michigan. I got a lead, you know what I'm saying. Start hyper local. I don't want to go in details, right? But as you do cold email and start seeing success like Jensen's doing, we have about 15 to 20 cold email scripts, email sequence. You got to test it out. It's a volume game. I'm going to go into the nitty-gritties and details, but it's a numbers game, it's a volume game. Then you can slowly go into Google Ads, Maps Audit, right? Messenger ads, all of that stuff. Okay? I don't want to go into all of that details. What I want to cover a couple of more things. One other thing is lead nurturing. Okay? Everybody, or at least most people, I can literally pick anybody here and say, hey, can you do cold email? Even if you have never done cold email, you don't know how to do cold email, go to YouTube, how to do cold email. There'll be videos on how to set up instantly, how to set up Mailshake, how to scrape leads from D7 Lead Finder, other lead scrapers, the exact tip, all of that. Okay, like Jensen said, he's now cold email started generating leads. He's got a HVAC company. He replied, yeah, send me a video audit, right? But the next step of the process is the lead nurturing process, right? That is where I've seen people 95% of the people drop the ball. Lead nurturing. Okay, right now, if you see, I don't want to go into too many details and all that. Okay, you know this. I don't have, this is not new. 80% of the sales require 5+ follow-ups, right? All of you had a fortunes in the follow-up. Brian says, yep, cold email is the next step. Exactly, Brian. Just start doing it and then keep tweaking it. But where I had to, as a technical person, not really a marketing guy, whatever, learn is this follow-up. My rudimentary mind was thinking, my engineering brain was thinking, follow-up means, are you there? Send an email after 2 days saying, did you get my email? Did you get a chance to see my video audit? Right? That's not a follow-up. I was giving an example of a painter in my mastermind call the other day. Here is what happened. My daughter, 13-year-old daughter, and I, we walked to a grocery store three, four weeks ago. I see a guy with the t-shirt says Painter Mike, and he's buying groceries. I walk up to him with my daughter, right? And I say, excuse me, are you a painter? Dumb question, right? It says Painter Mike on his t-shirt, right? He says, yeah, and his hand goes into his pocket and he brings out his business card. And I say, hey man, thanks for your business card, but I'm not a client. Sorry to just walk up to you, all of a sudden. I'm a marketer. I help painters. I'm just curious, what do you do for marketing? Straight up. My attitude was, one, I'm teaching my daughter, everything you need is on the other side of your discomfort, right? Is other side of your comfort zone. I was literally teaching her that. I said, what's the worst he's going to do? He's going to say, F off, don't bother me. That's the worst he's going to do. Most people will be like, polite, whatever, right? They're not going to slap you, right? So I literally told him, I'm a marketer. I help painters. If he had said he's a lawyer, I would have said, I help lawyers. What do you do for marketing? You know what he said? He said, it's crazy. It's a coincidence. I was just thinking, I don't have a website. I should look into marketing, and you come. And then we start getting into a conversation. I say, you know what, the universe, law of attraction, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I said, I know, you're busy, I'm busy. Let's exchange numbers, right? After that, I sent him a text message with a quick question. Hey man, what's the name of your company? He replied. I Googled it, nothing came up. Our Facebook page came up. Then another text message saying, hey man, would it be okay if I send you a free video, 3-4 minutes, showing exactly what you should do to get clients from Google? He's like, sure, thanks. That one video audit has landed 80% of my clients. I have success stories in my YouTube channel. People 10 years trying to make money in SEO. There's a success story, Anand, Australia, freelancer, struggling. 3 weeks, he follows the process. He lands 2 clients, $2,700 a month. $2,700 a month. Peter, same thing. Okay, I can go name after name after name. But there's a whole science and art to it. The same 5, 6, 7 follow-ups I did to close this painter, and long story short, we are designing a website for him, $1,500. And then afterwards, we're going to be doing a Google business page and SEO for him, right? I don't want to go into details, but the same nurturing relationship building is not the exact same thing that will work for another prospect of mine, another candidate. Does that make sense? So lead nurturing, the fortunes of follow-up, all of that. Okay. And then comes the sales call framework that I talk about. Okay. Where you build enough value to them that they are like, okay, this dude knows what he's talking about. I need what he has. Let me get on a call with him, preferably a Zoom, but at least a call. And there we ask a few questions, educate him, slowly build him up to say, okay, great. How much is it? And then we give him 2 or 3 options where he lands on the middle option, preferably, or one of the options, and we land him as a client. So it's a whole different process I'm not going to get into. Okay. One of the reasons I wanted to put this together, and this is not just a coaching call for everybody here, is I open it for everybody, is you'll be surprised the number of people that reach out to me saying, hey man, I have a website ranking. Hey man, I sent out a cold email. I have this guy, but they're unable to close them and make money. And then you walk them through this process. It's like a mindset shift happens. I'm not saying they're all making money right away, but the first small win comes in, or the first $300, $400, $800. Okay, here is, so give me a 1 if it makes sense so far. Give me a 2 like you're wasting my time, get out of here. Give me a 1 if it's like, yeah, it makes sense. I know sales is important. Sales not, give me a 2 like, let's not talk about sales. Let's talk about Donald Trump and Elon Musk. Okay. Okay, at least Eddie thinks 1, Neil thinks 1, Jensen's 1. Thank you guys. Here is a story. Okay. Number one thing, and I know all of you guys, not most of you, almost all of you, including me, we are all on these different coaching calls and webinars and all that, right? With other SEO groups and gurus. Very few gurus. I'm such a silent observer and I am in so many groups. They teach all this stuff on schema and this and that. They don't teach 2 things. They don't teach, number 1, how to go get clients and sales in depth. I never seen it. Maybe 1 or 2 would, I don't know. But more importantly, they don't give stories of how they are closing clients right now. Never. I never seen that. So I'll tell you the story that has happened right now, maybe a week to 10 days ago. My very first client was a $300 client. I was working in my day job, General Motors. Okay. I think I've shown this before also, but I want to show you what happened recently, like literally a week to 10 days ago. Okay. Let me see if I can go here. All right. Am I sharing my screen? Okay. This is the very first client I had. Okay. You see this shop? It's a shawarma place, Mediterranean place, great Mediterranean food, salad, shawarma, whatever. When I was working in my General Motors job,
though I have it set for 3 o'clock. Just call me here on WhatsApp.
Guys, please mute
If I don't
yourselves.
answer, call me on my regular phone.
Okay. I walked up to this business owner, right? And I literally said, hey man, I took a look at your website. I think I can do a better job of website. I do marketing. I can help you with the website. And he said yes. And immediately he said, how much? I did not even know what to say. I did not say, I will take a look, get back to you. I didn't know all that time. I just said 300 bucks. He said, yeah, let's do it. I could have said 800 bucks. I just said 300 bucks. This is his current website. The website I did, let's see if it's still there. It's a .NET website. Okay, that's gone, right? Let me, give me a second, guys. Let me see if I can pull the website I did. Harry says, here sales are important, but what matters more is how long they will stay. Exactly, right? That's all about fulfillment and all of that, right? 2015, this is the very first website I did. Let's see if it's there, if I can bring it up. Come on, computer. Yeah, this is the one. Okay, there's a banner image here. It's not showing up. That's it. That's it. And a map embed. This was my big upsell to him. I'll give a map embed for free. It'll help with SEO. I had no idea what I was doing. He paid me $300, right? This is the website. Okay, he had it for a long time, and recently, after a while, he moved on, right? I went to Fiverr.com. Got too many websites open. Let me close this. I went to Fiverr.com. I found a guy and I paid him 45 bucks. 45 bucks. And I made this website for him and I made my money. All I'm saying is, okay, that was 10 years ago. He then referred me to 2 of his brothers, 800 bucks website, 1,100 bucks website. Last month, the guy who worked for this restaurant for the longest time, he called me. Vinny is his name. He said, hey man, remember me? I used to work at Kebab. I said, yeah man, how are you doing? He said, I started my own website. I started my own restaurant. I need a website. I said, sure man, I'll help you. You see, like Harry just said, long-term value. You want to do good work, provide good value, and just be a good person providing value. You'll be surprised how it comes back. Okay. So here is what I'm doing. I know you guys are all bored right now. Okay. Number one, there's such a how do I say, a freaking process. If you follow step by step, if you have not landed a client, you will land a client. We cover all this in the mastermind, okay? But I want to go beyond the mastermind now. There's so many people in my, there's 10,000, some hundred people in my free Facebook group. A lot of people outside the US, all of that. Every time I see people are like, how do I make money landing clients? That's where my skill is. That's where my lack of skill is, right? So I put together a mini course. It's not just a course, it's a coaching program for 4 weeks. You get step-by-step training. I'm not saying this is for you, this may be for you, right? But here is what I want to show you. This is, I just call this SEO client acquisition mastery, one-stop shop. We start with the basics of setting your business up, the industry market research, the pricing strategy, the exact way you want to land your client, how you tap into your warm market, so many different pricing strategies, that prospecting marketing strategies I personally use, right? This video audit framework lands 80% of my clients. 80% of people who tried this have landed clients, period. Okay, exact step how we do that. Different recordings of clients I've landed, clients I have not landed, all of that, right? And then more in detail in cold email, the exact email scripts, the templates, all of that, the lead nurturing, detailed Facebook ads. Okay, I'm not like everything and anything, and there's so much more coming in here. I'm launching this right now. Okay, and it's for the price of less than a couple of $100. The complete system, you got everything here. Okay, all of this. Last time we did this, we were giving landing clients away, giving it away, crazy. Okay, $197 price point, or you have if you want to get leads from us on one-on-one, that's an extra. But this is more than enough. But if you want some of our own leads, you can get this. I would say jump into it, because here is what I'm going to do: a separate Facebook group for what you learn here, ask questions. But then from August 8th or so, why August 8th? For the next 4 weeks, I'm going to be doing live weekly coaching calls. So I'll put this link in the chat. If I can open my chat. Okay. Why from August 4th or August 8th? Because of 2 reasons. Sorry, everyone in the meeting here. Let me give this. I put it in the chat. You can put it. I want you to watch that and implement, take action, then ask questions in the Facebook group. We have a separate private Facebook group for that, right? Get your questions answered. Okay, implement, get stuck. Where are you? Then I'm going to come on coaching calls and we're going to go, where did you get stuck, and get you unstuck. The devil is in the details. I cannot stress enough how much time I've done this with people one-on-one, and it clicked for them. They started making money. This is one skill. Does that make sense? Any questions, comments, feedback, guys? I cannot provide all the value in this 145-minute session, but I hope I did. The lead generation, you need to know that. Even inside lead generation, there's so many out there: cold email, warm market, cold calling, Facebook ads. We have training on everything, but there's a process to do it depending on where you are. Even inside each of those lead generation activities, cold email, the exact script, the email sequence, the template, all of that, and I'm going to give it to you. So you have your own life, you got your job, you got your family. With the limited time you have, implement it, make the money. If you get stuck, ask the questions. I'm going to be going live coaching call from August 8th, 1 to 2 calls a week. Okay, so the month of August, every one of us here, including me, we're going to perfect this sales process so that September, October, November, December, we're starting to make money, period. Very first month, you will make money if you implement it, especially a couple of the strategies that I'm going to show you. But from September to December, you are making money. The skill you have, by the time December rolls around, New Year comes around, people will be talking about recession coming, SEO is difficult. It doesn't matter. We have a skill that we can sell to any business owner. Make sense? Okay, any questions, comments, anything at all, guys? I don't have too much to share. I just want to throw this out there. Everyone's like, yeah, when will you shut up? Let's go home. I understand. Don't worry about it. Okay? But I'm telling you guys, right? Jump in. Last time we did this maybe a year ago, I think. Even in May, we did a similar mini course. I think 𝐿𝐴𝐚𝐽 and a couple of people were there. for the same $97 or $197, people from Nigeria were landing clients. That's how crazy it is, because while we were, I'm not saying I'm awesome, but the strategies you learn and you implement, and then you have a mentor who's like coming and saying, okay, here's where you're stuck, get out of it. So you're going to be seeing a lot more in this. I hope to see you inside. I don't have too much time right now, but August 8th, if you jump in, get in the Facebook group, you get all the information when you jump in. August 8th onwards, be ready to land clients, be ready to be handed clients, be ready to make the money. That's the whole goal. Make sense? Cool, guys. I don't want to take too much time. Have a great time. Tamia says yes. Okay. I'll see you guys next week. Next week we have special coaching. Jensen's going to go teach Go High Level and stuff. I think that's on the Tuesday call. We'll announce all that. But guys, August, the last quarter of this year begins now. Okay. The next 4 months is the month we need to change our life, including me. Let's 10x. That's the whole idea. Cool. Awesome, guys. Thank you. See you guys next week. Take care. Bye-bye.